Check, 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 check. How you guys going? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How are we all doing in the world of NFTs and crypto? Back at it again. Today is a Tuesday, I believe, in Melbourne. Yes, it's a Tuesday in Melbourne. Good morning. Some people are saying good night. I know it's 1 or 2 a.m. sometimes in Europe, so thank you for whoever's in Europe tuning in. We got another Melburnian, Brad. What's up, man? Good to have you here. Morning, morning. Michael says, sounds good, looks good. Michael, we're going to give away another Astro friend today, so feel free to set up that giveaway link. Hello, legend. Thank you, Da Vinci. Hello to you, my friend, my legend. Sup, Maddie, Johnny. What's up? What's up? GT, how are you, man? Good to see you again. Mazin, let's go, let's go. All right, cool. I too forget what day it is. Yeah, like I don't even know. People keep tabs on public holidays, but I don't know what day it is. I work days and weekends, so I'm always going ahead, guys. Sup, Maddie? Thoughts on business-backed DAO NFTs? Whoa, business-backed DAO NFTs. Maybe we'll explore that a bit later. Being part of the next wave of fresh money happening with Monkey Bet DAO right now. Okay, well, never heard of it. Let's take a look later on. From the US, talk about the sevens. Okay, Beanie One, I see. Yeah. XFi, is that XFi? Always taking note of my beanie. I have two beanies. Venezuela, there you go. How's fatherhood? Fatherhood is good. It's good learning something new every single day. 9 weeks, 8 or 9 weeks down the line, and I tweeted this morning that my daughter gave me a first smile yesterday, which got my mind for the first time in 4 years stop thinking about NFTs. What's up, Maddie? Finally bought some NFTs again. Good to know. All right. Cool, cool, cool. When Medikey beanie? Soon, maybe. Maybe we'll do some merch. All right, guys. We'll be going through a bunch of stuff today. Loving the streams, been here since the start. Hoping Curio cards moon again. Yeah, they can. They can. There's always a quiet period before the moon, guys. Remember, there's always a quiet period before things go boom again. Things don't always just go exponential, right? We've seen it with the crypto industry where it booms and there's a quiet period and it booms again. Each time there's a boom, there's a recalibration to kind of find the floor or find the footing and get rid of all the speculators that came here to make a quick flip. But at the same time, that boom creates a lot of knowledge and spreads across the world, right? It spreads across a small part of the world that are interested and start to dive deep. And then when in 2 to 3 months they come in again, much more educated, and then there's another boom because of some other reason. So I'm never really concerned about the NFT industry. I used to be a little bit. I used to think, if the crypto industry falls, Bitcoin goes to, maybe Bitcoin goes down to $5,000 again, or Ethereum falls to $300 again, what's going to happen to the crypto industry? And yeah, I think we'll take a bit of a hit, but like 2018, 2019, 2020, the NFT industry has been moving forward no matter the price of crypto. So not really concerned at all. It's kind of like, well, games are going to continue to onboard a user base. People are still going to mint art and sell them. There's still going to be that core collector base that will play around and invest or just collect. There's still that human desire to collect and engage in a community. So it is very different to the crypto industry, in my opinion. All right, guys. So today, what I'll be doing is I'll be going through a couple of things. There's a few news pieces that I'll go through quite quickly. They're not the most fun parts of the stream to me. We'll be going through some Q&As with you guys and popping up some projects that you guys pick up. We'll also be talking about the topic of NFT as a career, right? Getting into this space full time. I got into business and entrepreneurship 12 years ago. What am I? 10 years ago, sorry. 10 years ago, I quit my job. I was 23, I think, at the time. And I had saved up some capital, quit my job, and started entrepreneurship. Started off with, internet businesses and affiliate marketing. Then e-commerce came up, drop shipping came up. And then that sort of brought me to the NFT industry, which to me was a no-brainer because I had that much experience. It was a bit easier for me to find my footing. But a lot of you guys kind of joining this space for the first time and making art and wanting to make this a full-time career, and I'd love to go through my thoughts on that and go through some metrics, some projects that may be doing it right, some that may be doing it wrong, and maybe that sheds some light on, hopefully that gives you a bit more clarity. And if you're thinking of getting into the space full time, we'll talk about that. All right. What if you talk? Reza says you always talk about collectibles and cards. What if you talk about a few artists today? All right, I might do that. Jay Steph says, yo, I'm 23 and full-time in crypto. Good on you, man. Good on you. Girl or guy, good on you. Maddie, I got scammed out of $200 today. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, no, that's not good at all. USS Enterprise coming to Vive or Vive. Very cool app, guys. I've been diving deep into Vive, and I think that app is going to be a monster app. Just because of how it's built to onboard mainstream, and it has and it's got a lot of IPs, so we can go through that a little bit later on. In fact, I might bring it up right now. I'm quite impressed. Let's switch views. All right, we'll go through a bit of Vive app a bit later on, but I don't think I can log into the marketplace. Yeah, I can't log into the marketplace. All right, a few little news pieces. There's so much we can talk about, guys, by the way. There's a lot of like NFT drama that I can get into, but I personally try and stay clear of that, just because it doesn't do anything good for the industry, and it doesn't make anything move forward, and it is a time drainer if you really get involved in it. So there's a lot of stuff I can talk about, and sometimes I see some thoughts on certain comments that are made in the industry, but 1 month down the line, no one's going to care, right? So I just ignore that if you're wondering why I don't pick up on that sort of stuff. All right, so the Dream Hollywood Hotel hops on the NFT train. Basically, it's the Dream Hotel have opened up. The Crypt Gallery is the hotel's new addition, one of the city's first permanent collections of NFT art that's completely open to the public. This is kind of one of the first, I don't like saying the first, one of the first, or one of many that are probably now experimenting with NFTs in the real world, right? Displaying NFTs in galleries. I think nowadays you cannot have an art gallery, a physical art gallery, without having NFTs in them. It's such a big industry, and there is depth to it, and you cannot, like, maybe the next year or two we'll see physical art galleries just having NFT art within them, just because it's just becoming such a big part of the art industry. And so I found the Crypt Gallery, or the website, right? And it looks pretty cool. There's a bunch of art around, so you can go in here and see different art pieces. And I'm not sure if this is as compelling as physical art, what it means to people, like what digital art means to people in the real world. I'm not much of an art collector, but it's pretty cool. It looks like the Crypt Gallery is a collaboration with the Dream Hotel, launching a physical gallery and exhibitions in the New York Hollywood. So they're definitely, this kind of gives us an indication as well as to what's going on, or what the demand will come in from to collect these pieces. So you can see here, this is Trevor Jones art, right? Trevor Jones, the Bitcoin angel, is right here. And if it looks like it's going to be displayed as well, here we go. We got the Trevor Jones bronze Bitcoin bull, silver bull, being displayed here in the gallery. Then you got the Beeple, then you have X copy, then you have I forgot this guy's name. He makes gummy bears and stuff. But if you open up Crypto Art Pulse real quickly, and we search Trevor Jones, you can see you can still buy his art. Trevor Jones, you can still buy his art for $2,500 US, right? He's got this open edition that he sold. I think there was 4,000 minted at the time at $700. So he made a killing. $800 times 4,000. 4 times 8 is 3.2, right? Yep, 3.2. So he made about 3 million USD at the time. But his art is going to go on to be in exhibitions and all sorts of stuff. And it looks like we're going to start seeing them in physical galleries. And, that it gives us an indicator as to where the demand for maybe the art industry is going to come for in the next year or two. So it's getting quite serious in terms of art collecting. If you haven't looked into art collecting, I would definitely look at it because there's going to be a lot more demand, and if you can pick up on some early artists, I would still think this is quite affordable as an art piece of Trevor Jones. Trevor Jones has been in the industry for a couple of years. He's sold art for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, I think it's quite cool to see there's starting to be this digi-physical connection starting to be made in the industry. All right, I came across this. It said something about a project called D-Race. D-Race is about to be decentralized racing. That's probably what they're going for. It's about to be the next crypto unicorn. Now, you gotta admit this looks very similar to Zrun, right? Hold your horses. You're about to meet the next crypto unicorn, NFTs, blah 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 blah. Talking about the industry for a little bit. D-Race, a $700 billion market disruptor. D-Race is a blockchain-based horse racing platform that brings together billions of race horse, and gaming enthusiasts into a community where they can buy and breed NFT horses, partake in horse races, and bet on their favorites. D-Race is going to disrupt a $700 billion market. You would think that, what do you call it? Zrun's already on the way to that, right? So this is what you can do. You can own and breed NFT horses, build your own stadium and host races, bet on real-time horse races, platform for the ages. D-Race's mission is to not just build and launch a platform, but strive towards a mass adoption. Sounds very ambitious. And I would, let's take a look at the Twitter. Geez, 70,000 followers on Binance once again. So it looks like it's on the Binance chain once again. To me, it looks very similar to Zrun. It looks like people are just ripping the Ethereum models and kind of pasting them on Zrun, on Binance chain. Now, I don't know this project much. Maybe there's a lot more to it. How can you have oh wait, it says powered by Polygon. D-Race will launch on Polygon. By launching on Polygon, D-Race intends to provide a seamless user experience to its community, as well as low cost and high speed transactions. Right. Okay. Well, if you missed the Zrun boat, I guess you can get into this one. I thought I'd bring it up because there's a bunch of cool stuff going on. So Death Road is glad to announce a partnership with D-Race, a horse racing game. This partnership will help both Death Road and D-Race in building the metaverse gaming world. Death Road looks pretty cool. Looks like a car game. These look quite basic, right? They all look like very basic concepts. I feel like it's a very early. It's like when iPhone first came out and you had the very early apps. You had like a torch. You had some really simple apps that did quite simple things and basic things, but they still sold for like $5 a pop in some cases, because there wasn't that many apps to choose from. No one really knew how big this industry was going to go, and it just people were just splurging a little bit. By the way, guys, real quick, make sure you are in the in our giveaway. So like I said, we always do a giveaway. I pinned a post from the MetaKey. There's a Discord link that will bring you into our Discord, and we have a Maddie Stream giveaway channel. So make sure you enter it and spam this. We always give away something, so you can see every single day we gave away an Astro Friend, we gave away a Pepe, we gave away a rare Pepe worth probably like 0.1 Ethereum now. Another Astro Friends, a bunch of Astro Friends. We've been giving away Eververse avatars, Boss Logic gauntlets, a bunch of different stuff that we keep giving away. So if you missed it, make sure you press that link, join the Discord, and enter the giveaway. We've got 7,000 members now in our MetaKey Discord, and it's always popping with NFT stuff. We have an art channel. We've got this channel here is really popular. Here we go. NFT strategy. It's so popular that it looks like it's muted here. Today at 8:43. So we're always discussing a bunch of NFT stuff and strategy. So if you're new to this NFT stuff, you can jump in here. We can always talk about NFTs and talk strategy. It's a good place to just kind of join up and share ideas and share alpha, share what's coming up new and hot. But yeah, we have Maddie Stream giveaways at the moment, so make sure you join and stick around in the Discord. This is the MetaKey Discord. This is what we've got, a private section here for MetaKey holders, and we do all sorts of giveaways. We've given away licensed American Psycho cards. We've given away Cyber Kongs worth like $10,000. So join up. It's a really cool Discord. Not biased at all. All right. So D-Race, that's what it is. Check it out if you like it. Now, NBA Top Shot. This was quite interesting, I found. NBA Top Shot weekly market update, done by this guy called Steve.eth. Market overview looks like it's picking up $100,000. Base one has been sold, so $100,000 worth of base one set was sold. $10,000 worth of base two looks like it is increasing. So July 2nd to September 5th, we are seeing some sort of an uptick. July 5th to September 5th will look like it's, I don't know what the negative is. What would negative mean? Buyers versus sellers. All right, there's more buyers and there's more sellers. Maybe that's what it means. So there's more sellers and there's more buyers. It looks like it's calmed down a little bit. Total NBA Top Shot accounts with at least one moment. So even though the prices are quite slow, the number of owners have always continued to go up, right? And that's quite important because that means the user base is increasing. There's 500,000 people now, or 500,000 owners or accounts that have at least one moment, which is pretty massive, right? So NBA Top Shot again. Let's open this up. Today's sales volume. If you were to open this up, you can see the graph of how it went down. So no one really cared about NBA Top Shot in November, and then somewhere over here it boomed like crazy. In January it hit some sort of a spike. It slowed down a little bit, and then again in February, March, pretty much Feb 22nd being the peak of it, we had 45 million US dollars worth of volume. Now, extremely unsustainable. You can see how it dropped massively, quite hard to keep up with that hype. But then in time, it started to fall down quite a lot. But you know, this is the time, if you believe in the longevity of a project, this is the time that you should be purchasing, right? This is the time where you should be hunting for deals. People have very shaky hands. They want to exit and jump into something new. But NBA Top Shot has already proven to do well and hit the mass market in the NBA realm. Like now everyone in the NBA space kind of knows about NFTs or these moments sort of thing. So once if they start to build games and stuff like that, then I would assume that this sort of stuff will boom again, right? So this is the time, if you believe in this project, you believe in NBA Top Shot, the brand, what it's trying to do, to accumulate. You should not be buying here. This is when Twitter and everyone's going crazy about it. Definitely not what you should be looking at. You should be kind of waiting it out, being patient. This is good because this shows an event like this shows that the concept or the concept could mean it's an avatar project, right? Now, the Loot project went crazy for a while. It did like 30 or 40,000 ETH worth of volume, and slowing down now. Now the Loot project might mean that there's multiple, that's just an offshoot of an industry that started off an industry. That may not mean that the Loot project itself will do well. But in this case, we already know collectibles do well, right? So we've seen a big spike here, and NBA Top Shot being licensed, being well funded, being run by Dapper Labs, who I would say know how to do things right. It's not their fault, I guess, that things spiked up this quickly. It was hard to manage. I know there were some issues internally and all that sort of stuff, but I don't know exactly the depth of that. But again, right, it's proven to do well. Why would you not buy some to see how it goes? Now, I know that people that put a few $1,000s in NBA Top Shot went on to make hundreds, if not, I think some of them made $1 million from like 5 to 10K investment in Top Shot. So maybe it could happen again, right? Maybe it could happen again. The Gen 1s, I know the Gen 1s seem to do quite well. You can see here, August, so July, August, blah, blah, blah. In September, we had an average sale of $26. Total transactions of 121,000. Total volume, right? So the total volume of September was 3 mil. Down heavily, guys. Down very, very heavily from 224 mil in Feb at its peak. It's like 100th almost, 1/80th of that volume. So, oh wait, that's September. So we can't really take. We're in September, October. We're still in September, so we can't really take that. We'll have to take August. So 1/10th, right? We'll say 1/10 or 1/9 of the market volume it's seen. But it looks like would you say it's picking up? So it went down to 40, 45, 22, 37 in 8 In 6 days, it's done 3 mil, which means if you times that by 5, that'll probably be 15 mil, 15 to 20 mil. So it looks like it's finding its footing between 20 to 30 mil or something like that in average daily sales. But anyway, just an interesting observation and a macro play if you're investing. Like, this is how I kind of try and invest. I try and invest when the hype dies down, which is why you never see me in pre-sales. I'm never like, oh guys, I went in on a pre-sale, this is what I got, let's do an open. I've only done that once or twice. I kind of hang back and see how things consolidate, because once the hype is over, there's something else that takes the hype, but if there's longevity, it'll boom again. All right, are we up to this bit? All right, cool. We've done 20 minutes of the stream. We're probably going to go on for another 20 to 30 minutes. I would love to talk about starting a career in the NFT industry. I did this tweet saying how to build an NFT career as an artist, a founder, as a brand. Basically, give more value to your users, investors than you take. Price primary drops sales cheaper, fair royalties, fair distribution, supply economics, do big things, aim for a healthy and buzzing secondary market. Now, this is if you want to actually make NFTs as an artist, a founder, or a brand. If you're into the NFT space as a career, maybe that means you want to be a mod for a Discord group, or maybe that means you want to be a designer for a project, or an event organizer, right? Or a dev. There's plenty of opportunity in the NFT space. My biggest tip would be to start a Twitter. I would start a Twitter because a Twitter account, guys, gives you enormous leverage, right? So this is my Twitter account. I started it like 3 years ago. Yeah, May 2018, about 3 years ago. And it was like, when I first started, I was just sharing stuff, right? I was just sharing stuff that I liked. There wasn't many people to engage on NFT Twitter. People were talking about crypto. My feed was all about crypto stuff, and charts and all this sort of things. But at some point, I think it was earlier this year, Jan, Feb, everything became NFT and everyone started to get into NFTs. And because at that time, my Twitter had like, I think 8,000 followers, there was a lot of companies that came my way and messaging me and talking about them and their strategy, and they wanted to get in touch and do some sort of a collaboration. And if I did not have my Twitter at the time, but I had the same sort of knowledge, I wouldn't have been able to get that sort of inflow of network opportunity, right? So from this came requests to go on Gary Vee, went on CBC Radio, CoinDesk, a bunch of different stuff. And, I started to realize the strength of Twitter and social media. That's why I take it quite seriously now, and I'm hoping to grow it. But again, like, if you want to start a career, if you have a Twitter profile with hopefully hundreds, if not thousands of followers, you can suddenly offer people something more than just an idea. You can actually help it grow. You can help it launch. If you're a dev, you can share your ideas, and because it's kind of like a LinkedIn merged with people's social profiles, right? So start a Twitter, start commenting, start participating on people's Twitter threads, start making Twitter threads. So this thread that I made a while back kind of blew up, put my Twitter on the map a little bit, and it was fun to make. Back then, no one really knew what the heck NFTs were. So when I did this, well, people were like, "What's going? This is crazy." But if you're a dev, or if you're a Discord social media guy, you can make a Twitter thread on how to be a great social media person in the NFT industry. You can share your idea, your knowledge, and as you grow that Twitter account, you do a lot of networking. Recently, I saw a tweet about this dev, and he was like, "Hey, I'm looking for, I've got experience in this places. I'm looking to get hired." So that prompted me to think about reaching out and hiring that person or taking a look. So this, we will talk about this a little bit later on in terms of getting a salary paying career. What I was talking about in my tweet was, how do you actually start selling NFTs sustainably as an artist, right? Or a founder, or whatever you are. Now, we'll go through a few projects. One of them we can go through is B20, right? B20 is Beeple's art. Now, Beeple came into this space leveraging his social media, right? So he leveraged his social media, his name, his sort of thinking that he's been building for 10 years. So he's kind of quite a fringe case. But if you look at what he did, he was able to pretty much straight away hit the road running. He did a drop at $1 a piece. Now he's dropped. So Beeple's dropped, guys. If you guys remember, right? If you guys remember, Beeple. Here we go. I think his first one would have been the first drop. Here we go. So the Beeple's first drop was this. He sold 100 editions of his first ever release for $1 a piece. Right? Sold it for $1 a piece. You can see here, original listing $1. Currently, the most recent sold was 99,000 US dollars on Nifty Gateway, but was $300,000 on OpenSea. Now, Beeple being Beeple could have definitely been like, yo, I want $5,000 for this each. I'm selling 100 of them, and I'm pretty sure he would have sold out. But he didn't do that. He kind of sold them for $1 each because he used his brand and his leverage to give value to whoever got it. So he kind of made some buzz, and he was like, if you get it, I'm sure you'll be able to sell it for more money, and that's your win, right? So people looked at ways for people to win more by investing in him. So he did this, and then he went on to do 2 auctions. So he did 2 auctions. Again, like he didn't know how to price things, so he just said open floor auction. Whoever gets it gets it. That ended up finding its price discovery. And then his next drop, he came in and did the very popular, I think it was this one. Wait a second. Oops. He went on and sold. Wait, maybe it's the other one here. Okay. He went on and sold these, right? He sold 271 editions, 123 editions here, 207 editions here, open editions, and he sold them quite cheap, right? $900 a pop, considering that you also get a physical with it. So he was like, all right, I'm going to make a physical. It's going to come with this digital screen. It's going to come really nicely made. Probably cost him $400 to $500 to make and ship each. So he probably pocketed $400. And obviously there's Nifty Gateway that take their fees. So people probably made $300 on top each. But he was like, again, he didn't pocket the full $1,000 per piece. He spent $500, or $600 or whatever to make something physical. Again, thinking of how to give value back to the person that buying your art. With that mindset, Beeple ended up doing really, really well. And I look at B20 chart because it gives you an idea at a graph level how Beeple's kind of career went, right? So he ended up doing really, really well. And then things went nuts, obviously, with the Christie's auction. And it hit a crazy price because his art sold for $69 million. Now, that being unsustainable, you can see like there's nothing you can do when your art sold for $69 million out of nowhere and people don't know about the NFT industry, then it kind of tends to drop down a little bit. So you can see that's kind of what happened here, and now it's finding its footing again, and people is coming back into the scene and starting his strategy again. But the start of it, you saw a lot of value, but you also saw this unsustainable massive price, and this kind of gives an indication as to if you price things too high, which is not what Beeple did here. Obviously, it was an auction that did this. But if you were to take this sort of an idea and say, all right, you're an artist, you come into the scene, and you're like, you know what? I'm an artist. I'm a founder. My project is awesome. I'm selling these at $1 million a pop. Whoever buys them, whatever, right? Or say you're selling 100 of them and you're pricing them each at $20,000 each. Now, that may be what it's worth to you, and you may be like, people should spend this money because I'm a great artist. Yeah, that's cool. It's okay to have the mindset. But the problem with that is you leave no value for the secondary market. Okay, so let's talk about what the secondary market means. The secondary market is basically, the primary market is when you, the artist or the founder of a project, sells initially. So you do a drop and you price them at $200 each. The secondary market is when people sell among each other, and that's where collectors have bought it from you for $200 and go on to sell it for $5,000, right? And you probably don't make any of that money. You've made your $200, someone's made $4,800 on you. And you're probably like, oh, I could have sold them for $5,000 each. That's the wrong mindset to have, right? The right mindset to have should be, great, those collectors have made money on my work. That means that the next drop that I do, I can price a little bit higher. People will come in and still buy it because those people will see that those collectors that have made money, and there'll be buzzing need for you, your art, and your project to drop more of what it's trying to do. So an example of this is the MetaKey project, obviously my project, our project, me and my co-founder and my team of 5 or 6 people. We've got this MetaKey project where we sell these MetaKeys, right? These MetaKeys that you kind of, okay, let me zoom in here a little bit. This was done by Marco Matic. There was 1,000 of these that we sold. We sold 1,000 of these. It's a really cool design, but basically it's an NFT. It's an ERC-1155, so an SFT, NFT, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to build the integrations with these keys that you can take them into Decentraland, and they transform into game items like swords. You can take them into the Meta Academy, and it gives you access to courses. You can take it into Sandbox, and it turns into different games. You can use it to book ads. So, for example, Crypto Art Pulse. Oh, there's no ad here again, right? There's usually an ad banner here. And that ad banner you can book if you have a MetaKey. So if you have a MetaKey, you can actually book an ad banner. If you log into the portal, it'll read what's in your MetaMask and allow you to go through that UI to book an ad spot here. So if you have a launching your project, the idea of the MetaKey is to give hundreds and hundreds of use cases to every single person that owns the MetaKey, where you can use it in hundreds of different games, you can use it in hundreds of different platforms, and do all sorts of stuff with it. And we sold these for 0.2 Ethereum each, guys. So 0.2 Ethereum each was the first drop. We didn't sell that many. We sold only 500 of them, right? And I kind of knew that I could have probably gone on to sell them for maybe 1 Ethereum each, 2 Ethereum each. But that wasn't the goal. The goal was to sell them really cheap. So those that were coming in and buying it for more, or selling them, they could make their profit. So people bought a ton of them. You can see people bought a ton of them and started to sell for 0.5 Ethereum, started to sell for For the first month or two, it was still selling for 0.5, and then the price started to shoot up to 1.8, and then recently it shot up to 7.7 ETH. I think we've had some 10 ETH sales, and now the cheapest one you can get is 6 Ethereum, so it's gone up 10, 20, 30, 40x, sometimes 50x if you count the 10 ETH sale. And that's great. You know, we didn't make any of that money in the sense of someone sold our MetaKey for 10 ETH. You know, they make 9.8 Ethereum, we make 0.2. We take 2.5% of royalties. The artist takes 2.5% of the royalties. Again, like we could have charged 15% royalties, but we didn't, because we just wanted to take a small portion, because it's all about letting the community win, your collector win, the secondary market win. The more they win, the more people keep coming in, because they're like, oh wow, you know, this went from 0.2 to 10 ETH. That means it could go from 10 ETH to 50 ETH. If you already sell it at 50 ETH, then there's no real secondary market. Okay, you've made good money, but the secondary market won't make money, right? Your people that bought it off you won't make money. So that's the kind of mindset. And because of MetaKey Edition 1, that sold out. We sold MetaKey Edition 2, then MetaKey Edition 3, we sold out. These are selling at a minimum of 2 ETH each. And then we went on to say that if you own MetaKey 1, 2, and 3, then you're going to get every subsequent edition for free. So edition 4, 5, 6, 10 to 100. You're going to keep getting them for free. And then we're going to release edition 4 quite soon, because everyone's asking for it, right? On our Twitter, on our Discord, on my YouTube live, everyone's asking for MetaKey edition 4. But we're not going to drop it until there's enough value that we built into the thing, so that when they drop MetaKey edition 4, it makes sense, right? And Twitter, DCL blogger, MetaKey avatar. As you guys know, like anyone that buys the MetaKey Edition 4 is going to get this for free, right? Again, we could have sold our avatar project, we could have probably sold these for 0.08 ETH each, right? Probably raised 2 to 3 million, because of everyone else is able to raise it, and we'll be building this in a bunch of different stuff, and ours looks pretty dope, and we got a bunch of different stuff going, but we're giving it for free for anyone that owns the MetaKey. So along with the ability to book ads, along with the ability to get hundreds of courses, along with the ability to transform into hundreds of game items across every game partner that we have, you're going to get this for free, right? So again, it's about giving value. I'm not really trying to plug MetaKey. I'm trying to show that it's about giving value to your customer as much as you can, because the healthier that looks in terms of people making money and being involved as a community or whatever, the more you can continue doing, right? Our idea is that millions of people will have a MetaKey, but we're not going to do that if it means that the price of the MetaKeys will not increase. We'll do it in a sustainable way, in a way where there's so much that is happening. We'll gamify the experience a little bit. So all that sort of stuff, right? Now we can keep moving on a little bit. So in terms of art as well, we saw Slim Shady, right? Eminem came and he dropped his art or whatever he did. It wasn't really an art piece. It was kind of these toys that he dropped, and he sold them for $300, $400, some of them $500. You can see a lot of people losing money on this, right? So people sold them now. 4 months ago, right? So 4 months ago, he sold them for 313. This guy held it for 4 months and sold it recently for $170. Again, he sold 753 plus 940, plus 148. I think there was like 2,500 Eminem NFTs that he sold. He probably made, a few $1,000,000 from that. But the secondary market wasn't very hot. So it's quite hard it's Eminem at the end of the day, right? He can do whatever he wants. But if this was not Eminem, it would have been hard for him to come and convince people to buy into his next drop, because the previous drop didn't really make much money. That's an unsustainable way. But if you look at The Last Stand, so this is Slime Sunday's work, which back in the day he sold for $40 a pop. So he sold 400 of them for only $40, right? And this went on to now selling at $11,600 2 days ago. There was times where it sold for $15,000, $9,000, $13,000. Obviously, Slime Sunday doesn't make much money apart from just the royalties. But the secondary markets make so much money that if he were to do another drop, he can probably price them at $1,000 or $2,000, and he'll probably make another $500,000 to another $1,000,000, right? When he did this drop, he did $40 a piece. He sold only 400 of them. That was $16,000 he made. It wasn't much at all. But because of the success that it saw on the secondary market, he can go on to sell more. So this is just, again, like there's so many examples I can go through. Xcopy, another one where he sold 870 at $1,000 a pop. There wasn't that much minted, and I think Xcopy was lucky in that sense where there wasn't that much minted, so the supply isn't that high. So all the people coming in that want an Xcopy piece, they can come in and buy one, and all the collectors make money. You can see they're selling it for 10 to 15K a piece, right? Again, guys, I can keep going on with examples, but the bottom line has always been just think about how you can give value to your secondary market. Whether that means you pricing things a little bit cheaper, whether that means taking a little bit less royalties, whether that means you giving something physical collectible to each person, whether that means you make a token, a cryptocurrency token. Always think about how you can give value to your collector or your user, your gamer, whatever you're building, a project, a game or whatever. As long as your tribe, your people, your community are happy, then you will always be able to service them, and that way you'll always be able to have a career if you want to go on to be an artist or a founder or whatever. The MetaKey now employs about 5 to 6 people. We're going to hire another 4, so we're going to have a team of 10. And by the end of the year, or probably early next year, we'll probably have about 20 people working for the MetaKey. And it's all because of the sustainability of the drop model. It's all about making sure that at every step, we're just doing things for the community, right? It makes us money, allows us to raise money, it allows us to make money on the secondary market, and that's great. We're okay with not making all of the money. I mean, I think we've done $10 million in secondary market, and we probably made, I don't know, maybe a couple $100,000 from that secondary market. That's fine, right? That $10 million of secondary volume will hopefully turn into $100 million or $1 billion, and we'll be able to make a sustainable income that will be able to service that. But the valuation of the company will go up a lot because based on that, right? So the idea has always been to give out value to the customers. Now, that's not always the case, right? You don't have to make things really, really cheap. It depends on a bunch of things. Like iHodl just said, Mike Tyson NFT is doing well, to be honest. Let's open it up, right? Let's open it up. Mike Tyson. By the way, MetaKey 4, some of you guys are asking, is going to drop soon, probably 2 to 3 weeks. We're getting really close to it, guys. The design of MetaKey 4, if by any chance, if you guys like this design, right? You can see here, this is Marco Matic. He's built like this cool virtual world sort of thing on a key. If you like this design, you're going to like Edition 4. Edition 4 is epic. I can't tell you much more. It is epic. We're thinking about the supply, whether it's going to be 5,000 or 7,500. We're thinking maybe 7,500 of them makes sense because that would put our total MetaKeys to 9,750, which means our avatar project would be about 10,000. So it'll be 10,000 people, or 10,000 of our avatars out there in the wild, and that'll be awesome, right? So that's going to be a thing. So we'll see how it goes. But it's going to be epic, right? Medikey Edition 4 is going to be epic. All right. Corey Van Loo's art sold for, I think it was selling for like between 1 and 3 Ethereum or something. 1 and 3 Ethereum, but now the floor is like 10 to 12 to 13 Ethereum. Art is a crazy thing, guys. Art is awesome. I'm not sure, like Corey's done really well with this sort of art style. I was got some animation. I didn't know it was animated a bit. But you know, like sometimes you can see this insane interest for your work, and then because of the success of this, Corey's next drop, whatever he does, like say he does another collab, or say he just sells maybe 10 to 15 of his own pieces, he can price them better because of the success of this, right? Before this, if he was trying to sell, say, his art for, you know, 50 pieces of his art for 2 to 3 to 5 Ethereum each, I'm not sure if would have seen that sort of success. But after this, like every time you see success, you can kind of price your individual art a bit better next time. But again, this is an example of his art selling for 1 to 2 ETH, then going up to 10 ETH, and that'll open the doors for him to do more. I think he did really well with this drop, right? Mike Tyson and Corey Van Loo. It was just not only a good collaboration, but the drop in the art style and everything that it was just really, really cool. I'm a Mike Tyson fan, right? I didn't actually buy any because I have a lot of Corey Van Loo's art already. So I'm just hodling his single editions. I have a ton of his single editions. All right, let's talk to you guys a little bit. We're at 9:45, so 45 minutes has passed. We'll probably go on for another 5 minutes. Guys, make sure you smash the like button, because every time you do that, it signals YouTube to put my NFT videos out there. People are hungry for NFT videos. Hopefully this helps them. Never selling my Medikeys. Good to hear. Good to hear. Art is rad. Yes, it is, GT. GT has been telling me about art for a while, and I have not turned back ever since I've gone into the art industry. It has opened my idea of things I really didn't understand at the start. I had no idea what art was. But when I got into it, there's been no turning back, guys. No turning back. Like, once it hits, once it clicks, then you get it, right? You get what the buzz is about. You get where the valuations come from and where they can go. X copy art selling for $2 to $3 million, I think, a month ago. Have I seen the Gevels collection? No, I have not. Pixel Map, my man. Pixel Map, I think I went through it before, but Pixel Map was this concept where you could buy these pixels on a map. Surprise, surprise. The thing about Pixel Map is it's a 2016 project. Adam McBride did a bit of a blog post on this. You can see here it's a 2016 project. You can buy pixels on a map as an NFT. And the cool thing about this is Ben Nolan, who went on to make Crypto Voxels, came and said, I want to make something like this, but in 3D. I think that historically that's quite a significant thing. So pixel maps at the moment, I think you can buy them for wrapped pixel map. I don't want to go through this too much because we've kind of gone through it a lot before, but they're selling for 3 ETH, 3 ETH. Some of them 0.7. I think there's still about 300 or 200 or something that they're selling on auction, or they're releasing them slowly. So if you're lucky, you can grab them for 0.7 straight from the contract. You can see here they're being created by the same person. 0.7, but hey, 0.3 ETH 11 hours ago. They're going wild actually. 0.3. I've minted like 6 of them, I think, at 0.5 or something, straight from the contract before people went crazy. But oh no, wait, I think I got it for 1 to 2 ETH. But now they're selling for 3. I think before they were selling for 5 to 6. So this looks pretty good. Pixel Map seems like it's doing quite well actually. These wrapped tiles. So you can get these, and if you own them, I believe you can update the map, so you can have your stuff on the map. And 2016 looks like quite a slow era for the NFT industry. You can see here, not many things look like they were launched on 2016. 2017, yes. 2016 doesn't look like much was launched there. Ethereum being 2015. 0.7 was a lottery, all finished now. There you go. So no more available at 0.7. Again, guys, I don't really go too much about pixel map, so we'll just keep moving on. Hey Maddie, just your thoughts on Red Lion Gazette, great news publication made into an NFT weekly. Red Lion Gazette. I think I know Red Lion. Red Lion is the artist, right? Oops, what's going on here? Is it this guy? Red Lion NFT investor, hoarder. I think he's going on to make I haven't actually seen what you guys are talking about. He's gone on to make a magazine, an art magazine. Our subscription sold out for the week, only a few hours since made available. I think making art, making magazines is pretty cool. You can buy subscriptions. 52 exclusive artworks from renowned artists plus entry into all giveaways. So you can get exclusive artworks and entry into giveaways. He's sold for 2.35 ETH. Did he sell 50 of them? How many items? Looks pretty legit. Looks like a really cool news website. Again, guys, I haven't really looked into it too much. I think a project that services an art industry or a certain industry, in this case art, will do quite well. Pretty cool to see these posts. Quite good to keep in touch of the NFT space. Here we got Loot Mania. So Loot was an 8,000 unique bag of randomized adventure gear, NFTs, blah 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 blah. This is pretty cool. I'm a fan. I don't know about the NFT subscription, guys. I haven't really looked into it. He's minted Red Lion Gazette for a long time. Okay, Red Lion is great. Is he Aussie GT? I think he's Australian, right? All right. Have you heard of Savage Droids of URS? The gaming prospects for Savage Droids looks cool. No, I haven't. Did you see the Star Wars NFTs might be coming to Ecomi on the Vive app? Oh, that's right, guys. We're gonna go through Ecomi, right? So Ecomi is a marketplace where you can buy these licensed collectibles. You can also buy licensed comics. So Marvel themselves have come in to drop comics, and it looks like they are dropping. If you go to their Twitter, whoops, no, Facebook. No one goes to Facebook. If you go to the Twitter, you can see it looks like they are dropping Star Trek. Cool. So they're dropping Star Trek. Looks pretty legit. Looks like you can get a ship. Star Trek, actually, the earliest Star Trek, guys, was a project called Star Trek NFT. It was called what were they called? Lucid Sight. Yeah, Lucid Sight actually brought Star Trek to the NFT scene a long time ago. So June 4, 2019, 2 years ago, you can see that they bought these Star Trek ships that you could use. Man, that's a really bad picture. You could use it in their game called CSC. So they were making a game called Crypto Space Commanders, and they bought Star Trek to the table. So the early NFTs are actually there. Let's see. What is it? Crypto Space Commanders. I don't think it's had much volume recently, but what about the Star Trek stuff? What about the Star Trek stuff, right? That might see a resurgence just because they were the true first Star Trek NFTs. Let's see if we can search here. So Star Trek. Okay, maybe they're called something different. I think they were called the ships were called something different. Can we do something here? So special, no class, nope. Hard points, I don't know what that is. Status, Star Trek, here you go. The Star Trek event. So these were the Star Trek licensed NFTs that were first released. You can see here the price is only 0.008. There's 2,400 of them. Maybe. I've not bought any of these, but these are licensed Star Trek. So during a mission onto the blah blah blah, Captain Picard. These are like, I believe these are licensed Star Trek ones. You got to do your own research because I'm not 100% sure. But if Vive Star Trek stuff picks up, then these are like the OG Star Trek stuff. These might do really well. Here you go. This is pretty legit Star Trek, right? USS Voyager. Let's see how many of these were minted. This is why it kind of pays to know a little bit about the industry, because if you know, there's only 200 of them, right? If you know, then you kind of have an idea what kind of came before everything. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. I didn't want to talk too much again. Like I usually used to do streams for an hour and 30 minutes, but in this case, we're only going to start doing them for 45 minutes to an hour. It's been 53 minutes. So again, congrats to who won? Wolfnet. Wolfnet won an Astro friend. So we'll be sending that to you as soon as I'm done with this stream. Congrats to you. All right. And I keep getting messaged about Rumble Kong. I will take a look at Rumble Kong next. I have taken a look. It's kind of like it's a basketball game. In fact, let's quickly take a look at it now. Rumble Kong. It was this kind of, looks like it's a random avatar project that is now a basketball league. Again, like guys, I don't know how, I haven't really done much research into this, but it looks like they're making a basketball league. What is this going to look like? You got a club logo, Kong ID, club name, and you got the stats and performance for each Rumble Kong, and they're going to go on and build some sort of a game. Making a game is easy, making a good game is hard. This is why the initial drop of 10,000 Kongs will help fund the project, planned to be released later in 2021. Globally, Kong owners will have a say in our roadmap, follow its journey, blah, blah, blah. So you can go 3 vs 3 in Rumble Kong. It's pretty cool, right? It adds a touch of gamification to the industry, and totally will be doing this with, this will be done with many other avatar projects. You can absolutely gamify these and make simple games like this. And I'm a fan. I don't have any Rumble Kongs. I have never really gotten into the Rumble Kong community. Let's quickly see the prices. Rumble Kongs. I like what I see. At the end of the day, I like a project that's doing more than just releasing avatars, right? That's how you keep them relevant. 1.9, 1.4. Wow, this hit a 1.7 ETH floor. That is really impressive. That is really impressive. That's really impressive considering you guys will launch August 1st and now September 5th. August, September. So in a month, right? You went through your hype period, you went through quiet, but you were able to bring back some interest and go from 0.28 ETH floor to now 2.6 ETH average price, sorry. So that's quite impressive, right? That's what you want to see, the ability to bring interest to a project because of what's going down. Let's take a look at what they recently released. Rumble Kong League, a competitive 3 vs 3 basketball NFT collection where each NFT is a player. Join the league now. I'm quite inspired by this, guys. This is really cool stuff that they're going ahead and making a project. And a game, like, I don't see why we wouldn't take this sort of a concept, or people wouldn't take this concept and make their own games. I love it, right? We should kind of do this thing where you can take avatars together and battle them, and you can make a 3 vs 3 from different avatars and battle them in another 3 vs 3 game. That would be a really cool project to do. I might actually take a look into doing that and funding it, because avatar battle, because that'd be really cool, right? It already has the metadata. It already has the metadata into which avatar projects have which features, and you can turn them into stats, and you can turn those stats into some sort of a battle royale sort of thing. Interesting. Well, very cool to hear. Very cool to see an avatar project continue to get some interest. That's what's most important. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We will talk more, guys. We had another question saying, what are the go-to websites when you start your day? It'll be OpenSea, CryptoArt Pulse, the cryptocurrency project that I've invested in, Twitter. I have a couple of friends that have a news channel that they keep plugging things into. I think we're going to make some sort of a NFT news channel, right? But anyway, this is why I make this thing, because it's another way for more people to look at the stuff I'm doing and give me feedback on what's working, and you guys tell me what's happening. Like, I would have never really looked into Rumble Kongs, but here I am. I took a look at that. Red Lion Art Redline and I would not have known about that. It's really cool to be able to share ideas that way. All right, guys, we had 240 people tune in this time, I think, at a peak. Yeah, we had 235 people tune in today. As usual, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Tomorrow again, 7 p.m. EST, we'll be doing this once again. A giveaway, a bunch of news, some projects, and keeping it fun in the NFT industry. So have a great day, enjoy yourself, and we'll see